Hey y'all, this is Sherilyn, Just Goodness 333 Little Homestead. And the last few weeks have been really busy, so I just kind of wanted to grab a camera and run and capture little scenes here and there. You know, I wasn't just ready to do a full-on video on any of the things that were going on. And I just wanted to preface these videos by saying you're going to see a lot of transition. You know, transition can be a little messy. Transition can be a little scattered, and a few of these videos I kind of feel a little scattered, like they're a little here and there, but I'm just going to kind of try to put them together for you in a way that makes sense, just to show you all the transition that's going on here on the homestead. And I also want to say, in the last couple videos, I think I mentioned that I was only going to grow like 4 things this summer, but thank God circumstances have changed and we're able to get some other stuff and do some other things. It's so exciting, and we're going to be able to expand not only our actual garden in the backyard. I've been able to put a garden in the front yard. I'm going to show you that in an upcoming video. And also I wanted to tell you that we're going to grow more than 4 things, and I'm so excited. Woo! Sorry. Sometimes I'm too silly for my own good. Okay, I'm going to take you guys to the first video. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Okay, we're headed into the backyard. I want to show you guys just a little bit of footage. And I want to show you first, here's my seed starting station. And in here we have got peppers and eggplants, and they are doing great. Almost time to pot them up. And let's head out back and see what's new in the garden. I told you we're going to be getting rid of a lot of this junk and recycling, repurposing, giving away. Here in these beds, I picked up some flowers yesterday. I love these beds, and here's my pretty white sweet potato vine. And we used to have a trellis here, and it would grow up and be so beautiful, but it would get powdery mildew so bad, and it would spread in the rest of the garden. So I got these flowers. They're called vincas. They love the sun, they love Florida, they're very hardy. I got reds and whites, and I'm gonna, mix them up, red and white in both of these beds. And that's our canning station. There's the organic potting mix I got to go in the earth boxes, which is a whole other video that's gonna be coming up soon. This is our canning station back here. A mess, a mess, a mess. But look at this. These are the cowpeas. Cowpeas are coming up really well. These are going to be black-eyed peas. These are called, I got California cowpeas from Baker Creek Seed Company and grew them out last year and saved the seeds. So this is actually all going to be free food. Absolutely free. Because I already got the harvest on the seeds that I paid money for. Okay, over here we have another mess. Look, these 2 cucumbers decided they may want to do something. I don't know. It might get too hot for them back here. We're going to try some in the front in the earth boxes on an upcoming video. And here's a mess. This old bed. This is the very first garden bed that my daughter built about 5 years ago. And she was living here for a while. And she built a garden bed. And it has just given out. After I planted everything, of course. So I'm going to have to rebuild that. But look, we've got some squash coming up, and we've got Chinese red noodle beans, and on this side, Chinese red noodle beans, and some little zinnias popping up. This is the keyhole garden, and I'm drying out those tarps because I've uncovered the back garden, but I just wanted to give you a peek. And I'm not ashamed to show you guys all this mess because we're in transition, and sometimes transitioning your homestead gets messy. This was beautiful a couple of years ago. It was full of herbs and flowers, but I'd had the chickens in here. It was very nitrogen rich. And now it's just full of little wildflowers, and some weeds and things are dying out. We're going to pull all of this out and put new soil in here, and I'm going to grow tons of flowers and some herbs. But the thyme is still doing good. If you remember the video we did about putting a little thyme in the garden, and there was more of it, but I relocated it over in front of the chicken pen. So let's go see what's going on. I'm just going to pan around. I'm also doing this for a video journal for myself. This area, I had talked in the past about doing a little shade house to try some things in summer that can't deal with the intense heat that my backyard gets. My backyard gets anywhere from 8 to 10 hours of direct sun in the summertime, and it's kind of pretty harsh. So I still want to take advantage of all this growing space. I'm thinking about right here. I think this is where we're going to put it, because the sun comes up over the top. You see that monster tree? I have a guy that's supposed to come next week and take about half of that thing out and take it from the bottom and clean it all out, and that's going to give us sunshine on the front porch and that area for growing more stuff. He came and did the neighbor's trees the other day, so you can kind of get an idea if you look at that and you look at this monster. But the sun comes up here and goes across the yard and sits back there, and along that fence we start to get shade about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So here I want to do a shade cloth. I'm going to do, I'll show you all that in an upcoming video. We're going to attach this to the fence and maybe put some T-post in here and there, and then we're going to run a shade cloth over maybe the top arch there. That will just protect it through the heat of the day. Now let's go over here and check out the okra. This is our okra bed. This is where I put the Clemson spineless, and they had such poor germination. Look at this. I just bought those seeds at Walmart. I can't remember the brand, but that's a Clemson spineless there. This is a seedling that I had started, and there's a Clemson spineless and a couple more seedlings. And I put the seedlings I started from the Perkins Lawn Pod from Baker Creek, and I put them in there because I'm just about to give up on the Clemson spineless. We'll let those few grow and see what happens. But look! We've got okra. It's up about 3 or 4 inches now. Here, let me show you a trick. Here, in this row, you can see there's one really pretty one, and then there's just this empty space. Right here, we had what my dad says he thinks was cutworms. They come right to the surface and cut the stem of the plant and the seedling and eat it. So he showed me this trick. We took, I hope you can see, we took toilet paper or paper towel rolls and cut them about 2.5 inches long and buried them halfway down in the soil. I need to move this piece of bark. I don't want a seedling struggling on that. But I put some more seeds in here. And here, got a couple that have already come up. So this is the okra bed. Now on to the big project. This is the new project. And you can see all these blocks I put here. I'll do another video on these blocks when we're actually building the garden. I'm just sort of giving you a sneak peek to what's happening. We went to Home Depot out of town yesterday and picked up all these blocks, and our local lumber place was out of 2x6 lumber, so we're gonna have to go back next weekend and get some of that. But I really wanted to lay out a grid. Let me show you what I'm thinking. I already had these little beds here with the 2x6s established, and I'm already growing red noodle beans, so we're going to work with the trellis we have for right now. And I'm going to start at the edge of the trellis. I'm going to cut out the back of that bed, the little bed. I'm going to start at the edge of the trellis and go down here and back. We're going to have an L-shaped garden there. And over here, I have a big rectangle, but let's go walk it and see what it looks like. See, and you'll enter in here through the trellis. This will be open. And back along here, I've got the okra planted. I'm going to plant a big climbing rose bush in the back with some pretty flowers. And I'm going to come in and intersperse sunflowers and pretty flowers for pollination back here. And there's some more okra over there. Now as you come in, you'll look to the right and see this bed. Can you see it? And this is, we're just going to keep this at like the 6-inch high level. And I've just grabbed some whatever I could find to give me a visual. I'm a very visual person. And here we're going to take the 2x6s and you put them in those notches. It's really neat. I'll bring you along whenever we build these beds. And we're going to have little walkways around. So this will be a walkway. I'm working off of that trellis. I'm going to come this way. This will be about 3.5 foot wide, and about 8 feet long maybe. And let's slowly turn around. So this bed will end here. This bed should be this size. That's about a 3x6 or so. Along this walkway. This will remain open. A nice grand entrance from the archway here. And here's another little smaller bed. And then we're going to have an L-shaped bed here that goes from there all along the chicken yard. It's going to come down this way. And right here at the trellis. I think this is where we're going to lay it out. Of course, we'll have to level all the blocks. We'll have to buy the wood and put it in here, and then we'll get rid of Dirt Mountain. Dirt Mountain will become a beautiful garden space.